In this video, I will be focusing on everything in Naruto Part II or Shippuden, starting with the character designs. The original Part II character designs were much simpler in comparison to Part I. For the changes, the characters will continue to wear their headbands in their unique places. The characters will keep any unique accessories or designs such as bandages, furs, scarf, or cloth. The color schemes can change a little, but the amount of detail will be equal to or more than that of Part 1, and at least one color must stay. Their clothes will be like a rearrangement or redesign of their Part 1 outfits. For the history of the ninja world, Kaguya will be removed entirely, and the Sage of Six Paths will simply be a really gifted human. The humans will not originate from aliens because this had no place in Naruto and was simply an ass pull. A lot of privileges will be removed. Ideas like reincarnation, the chosen one, and the will of fire, for example. These ideas completely oppose the theme of hard work beats natural talent because this means that Naruto was blessed when he was born and doesn't need to work as hard as others. Naruto and Sasuke will not be reincarnations of Ashura and Indra. Instead, they can be some kind of prophecy like in JoJo, where JoJos are fated to have a horrible death at a young age, and Zeppelins are fated to sacrifice their life for their JoJo. Naruto can have it that all generations have their own Ashura and Indra that are friends fated to fight. It won't be a direct relationship like reincarnation, just a prophecy. Naruto's only advantage will be the Nine Tails, which also comes as a curse. Naruto's large amount of chakra will also be reduced to an average amount of chakra. His Uzumaki longevity will also be taken out. This means that Naruto will not surpass Kakashi so early on. He won't learn the Rasen Shuriken so easily, and he won't be better than Jiraiya with Sage Mode. The character writing will also have some changes. For the Konoha 11, instead of just Naruto wanting to bring back Sasuke, all of them want to bring him back because he was their friend. Naruto's obsession with bringing back Sasuke will also be reduced and spread out among the group for their own personal reasons. This is so that Naruto doesn't seem like he doesn't care about his other friends. This will also make the idea of Sasuke returning more desired by the others. Naruto will retain his disdain for the village, and his questioning of whether to protect it or not will remain. For Sasuke, now that her subtle love for Sasuke has deeper, more fleshed out roots, she has a valid reason for being obsessed with bringing him back. For Sai, once we learn about his past, he begins to change his personality and show more emotions, becoming an entertaining and interesting character instead of his blank character. He will have unique recurring character traits. This decision is because although Sai was boring, I think his backstory as to why he acts the way he does is interesting, and it would make sense for him to develop after the Tenchi Bridge arc. For Yamato, his backstory will be more detailed, interesting, and possibly relatable. He will also have more character traits that are expanded upon. This is because Yamato was also a boring character, so we need something that people can like about him. In terms of fighting, Escalation will be like my changes from Part 1, but in Part 2, all large-scale attacks like Giant Rasengan or Tengai Shinsei won't exist. The power escalation won't be in size, instead it will be in mortality rate and how deadly the attack is, such as Kamui or Amaterasu. Jutsu will become more dangerous instead of larger. Genjutsu can become more painful or harder to escape from, while Taijutsu can get faster and stronger. For a valid comparison, in Bleach, not all Bankai are large scale, but they still manage to be powerful. For power-ups, characters can gain power-ups in the form of summoning jutsu that have unique abilities. Naruto's chakra mode will be replaced with combining Sage Mode with the Nine Tails form. Sasuke will have learned Snake Sage Mode and can also mix it in with his curse seal. Changes to some jutsu will also be made. For Sharingan, all Sharingan jutsu after Mangekyo will be removed, such as Susanoo or Eternal Mangekyou Sharingan. Rinnegan will also be completely separate from Sharingan. The Rinnegan should be a separate jutsu because otherwise, Sharingan and Byakugan are the only dojutsu in Naruto. For Byakugan, it will have upgrades that can maybe come close to the Sharingan's abilities, but they will still be reminiscent of the OG Byakugan's powers. This is because the Sharingan completely surpasses the Byakugan, the supposedly strongest clan in Konoha's Jojutsu. Byakugan being weak in comparison makes the Hyuga's claim seem unsupportable. For Rinnegan, Its powers will be a lot more clear and specific like Sharingan and Byakugan. It will have the connection of visions, but its other abilities will be specific and not overpowered, mildly affecting Pain's abilities. For summoning in avatars, all avatars like Hashirama's summoning and Naruto's avatar Kurama will be removed. The only large-scale summonings will be the tailed beasts and summoning jutsus. For Naruto, he will master Rasengan and learn to summon different toads like Jiraiya, but nothing really big, no giant Rasengan. For Sakura, she will still have her clan genjutsu that I mentioned in my previous video, but she will also learn healing, but not super strength, because that makes her a carbon copy of Tsunade, while Naruto and Sasuke aren't carbon copies of Jiraiya and Orochimaru respectively. She will instead increase the effectiveness of her genjutsu and come up with different variations. Instead of superhuman strength, she will learn Chakra Scalpel for offense to keep the consistency of an offensive medical ninjutsu. For Sasuke, his Sharingan will actually have jutsus that are copied from other ninja in his collection. He will come up with new fireball jutsus. He will still have the Raikiri taught to him by Kakashi as mentioned in the previous video. He will come up with variations that actually build on the foundation of the OG Raikiri, which is moving at high speeds in a straight line, such as Raiden. He will still learn Kenjutsu and snake techniques, but he won't rely on the snakes and will continue to use Hawk summoning jutsus that Kakashi taught to him in part 1, as I mentioned in the previous video. His main jutsu will be the new Raikiri forms and Fireball jutsu. He will also continue to use his advanced Shuriken jutsu and wires. I messed with the Sharingan because I believe that its ability to copy jutsu disappeared after the Chunin exams, so I decided to bring it back. Sasuke has the Raikiri now and uses alternate versions that aren't completely different lightning attacks like in the original part 2. For Rock Lee, he will learn to open more gates and will create new techniques for his fighting style. He will also keep the ability to skip gates. For Neji and Hinata, they will learn new powers of the Byakugan and create new gentle fist techniques relating to the new abilities, but no air palm bullshit. For Kiba and Choji, they will use their body changing techniques and create new ways to use them. For the members of Konoha 11 in general, ninja like Lee, Neji, and Shino won't fall too far behind Naruto and Sasuke. These will be the changes to the story. For the Kazekage rescue mission arc, the characters other than Naruto will play a much more important role, get more screen time, and get character development and character moments. They will show the usefulness of their newfound jutsu. Sakura's fight against Sasori will go down differently. To make Chio's puppetry useful, Sakura will use Chakra Scalpel as opposed to her super strength so that Chio can manipulate her so that she can get close and use it. Team Guy will be doing something more interesting and a lot more challenging. This is when their character moments and development will come about. For the Tenchi Bridge reconnaissance mission, when Naruto fights Orochimaru, he doesn't immediately use his tailed beast form. Instead, he tests out his new jutsu. With Sasuke's new jutsu, the last fight will go down differently. This final fight will also be longer and more engaging with more emotional payoff, making the arc worth the watch instead of a letdown. For the Itachi Pursuit mission, the way Sasuke kills Orochimaru will be changed based on his abilities. His fight with Deidara also goes down differently, but the results remain the same. Sasuke also isn't as cold to his allies. When Naruto learns that Sasuke killed Orochimaru, he wants to get even stronger. For the Akatsuki Suppression mission, Asuma's death will be more impactful. When he dies, he will die before he can say anything to his students. As he is dying, flashbacks of him and his team and Kurenai will play. His team will mourn his death, everything else will be the same. When Naruto is training and has a Rasengan match with Kakashi, he will still win, but when Kakashi teaches Naruto Nature Release, Kakashi himself has a new jutsu where he mastered adding Nature Release to Rasengan and teaches Naruto how to do it. Naruto will use his Shadow Clone method to train faster, but the jutsu still isn't at the level of Kakashi's. On the actual mission, Kakashi uses this new jutsu and Team Asuma uses their new jutsu. They will even have a new Inoshika Cho. Shikamaru killing Hidan will stay and Kakuzu's death will be altered to better fit the character's new abilities. The changes to Naruto's training is to nerf him. Naruto shouldn't be the first to add nature release to Rasengan, surpassing Kakashi. That makes Kakashi look weaker, and it makes Naruto look too special. Naruto being able to use the clones to learn faster is fine because that was his signature ability in part 1. This also gives Kakashi a new cool jutsu. For the tale of Jiraiya the Gallant, this arc stays the same except Jiraiya's death is made sadder by Naruto remembering all of the time they spent together and crying after he hears the news. When Sasuke learns that Naruto also killed Akatsuki members and is catching up, he begins to train harder. The addition of Sasuke is to keep the rivalry between the two alive, because that is what made Naruto popular and amazing. Without their rivalry, the story is a lot weaker. For the fated battle between brothers, the biggest change in the arc will be the battle between Itachi and Sasuke. The Susanoo will be removed and Sasuke losing his curse mark will also be removed. The fight will be changed so that Sasuke can summon hawks and snakes and uses new forms of Chidori, his Sharingan, and his copy jutsu. Sasuke's training in Lee's style will also not be forgotten. Sasuke wakes up when Tobi tries to retrieve him, but the post-mortem placed in Sasuke's eye activates as Team Heavy finds Sasuke, forcing Tobi to retreat. Suigetsu takes Heavy to the Hidden Mist village. For Pain's assault, Naruto will not master Sage Mode and will have less control than Jiraiya did. The members of Konoha 11 who are still in the village will try to fight against the Pains, but lose. When Naruto appears, he will work with Sakura, Rock Lee, Neji, Hinata, and Shino in order to stop Pain. Naruto and Yahiko are the last fighters standing and Naruto kills him, winning the battle together with his team. After Pain is defeated, Gaara's tailed beast is returned to him. When Naruto is rewarded for saving the village, he shoves off the praise, wondering if the village even deserves him protecting it after everything they had done to him. After talking it over with Kakashi and remembering what Jiraiya told him, he decides to forgive Konoha, but not completely yet. Naruto surpassing Jiraiya this early is stupid, especially since Jiraiya was a Sannin, so Naruto will require a nerf, making space for the side characters to do something cool. The characters I chose were the ones who I felt were the strongest around at the time. Naruto not accepting the village's praise is part of me adding in that realism to Naruto's character, and because he doesn't accept the praise, it also doesn't feel like the series should have ended here.